Hi there, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm going to be talking to you all about the benefits and the profit centers of real estate investing. I'm also going to show you how you can get involved if you are interested in a hands-free real estate investment. So if that interests you, I'll tell you about that at the end of this video. You've also got our contact information on the screen right now. So let's take a look at what this is all about. Our presentation is Why Real Estate? And what are the big benefits of real estate as an investment? Before we begin, let me start off by asking you a skill testing question. What do the following institutions have in common? The Holy Roman Catholic Church, McDonald's, and Queen Elizabeth and the British royal family. Well, all three are very wealthy institutions. The other thing they have in common is that they all hold the bulk of their wealth in real estate. And of the richest families in North America, 61% of them have all or substantially all of their wealth in real estate. So let me ask you this. What if there were a way for the average person to enjoy the profits of real estate investing, but without the hassles of being a landlord? Good news, there is. It's our hands-free real estate investing program. If you are interested in finding out more, we'd be happy to explain it in detail, and I'll tell you all about it shortly. But first, here are some of the biggest benefits of real estate as an investment class, and why so many of the world's wealthiest people love it so much, and we do too. First of all, real estate is a much more stable investment than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Historically, it always goes up over time. Of course, there are market fluctuations, but they aren't as drastic as with stock markets and with mutual funds. So it's a much more stable investment, especially when we are talking about revenue-generating real estate. Plus, real estate is much easier to research than stocks and bonds. Once you understand the basic principles of real estate, what the real estate cycle is, and what markets to focus on, it's really quite a simple process. And this is one of the things we've become experts on. Now, when it comes to real estate investing, it's much easier to get financing for properties than it is for other types of investments. Bankers absolutely love real estate. Speaking of banks and real estate, another one of the big benefits is that you can use leverage when you are buying properties. Banks love to loan on properties, and you can get up to 80% to 85% financing for real estate, which is something you simply cannot do with other investment classes. Another big benefit of real estate is control. When you are dealing with stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, you don't have any control over those investments. Sure, you can buy them and sell them, but that's all you can do. You are just one of thousands of other small investors who have a tiny little piece of that company or group of stocks. When it comes to real estate, you've got complete rule, because you actually own the property. You may be involved with another person or two, but you have much more oversight over your investment. There are things you can do to increase the value. There are things you can do to increase the cash flow. So in other words, you've got much more control over real estate than your other investment choices. With real estate, there is an investment for every budget. Whether you are starting off with $10,000 or $15,000, or you have $100,000 or more to invest, there is a way to get involved. One of the things I really love about real estate is the fact that the price is flexible. With stocks, bonds, mutual funds, basically the price you see is the price that you pay. When it comes to real estate, if you are a good negotiator, you can get discounts, and these discounts can be very profitable. There are several different tax benefits with real estate. One is depreciation and the other one is capital gains. Capital gains means you are getting a half price on your tax bill when it comes to real estate. It's much more beneficial than some of the other tax consequences that have come with other investment opportunities. When it comes to rental properties, demand is definitely outstripping the supply. So over the last 20 years or so, there have been very few rental properties built. It just hasn't made sense financially. Instead, a lot of developers focused on building single-family homes and condos. However, there is a large and growing number of renters, so the supply of rental properties has not kept up with the demand of all the renters looking for homes. And with all the new immigrants coming into the country, that demand is growing more and more as we speak. With real estate, you can enjoy limited immunity from fluctuation. What does this mean? The stock market and the bond markets go up. They go down, and they do so very, very drastically and very, very quickly. With real estate, it's a much more gradual process. It's not such a sharp incline and much less of a sharp decline as well, so that offers you some immunity from fluctuations. One of the things I really love about real estate is the fact that other people are paying for our investment. We get to enjoy financial leverage from banks, so we are benefiting from using other people's money to buy our properties. We also get favorable tax benefits from the government. And last but not least, there are the tenants. When they pay their rent, they are also paying our mortgage payments for us. That means they are paying down our loan to the bank. In other words, our tenants are actually paying for our investment. You've gotta love that. Real estate is a very tangible asset. We are talking about earth, bricks, wood, steel, and cement. Real estate is something you can see, touch, and experience with your different senses. One of the nice things about real estate, even if everything went badly, you've still got a piece of land. You still have the building on top of that land. And chances are, things will improve again or over time for the value of that property. And on the other hand, if things go poorly with the stocks and bonds, you are left with a worthless piece of paper and nothing else. With property, there is intrinsic value. With real estate investing, you can also benefit from the spending of others. More specifically, government spending. For example, if you own a property in an area of town where a new transit system goes into place, a new roadworks, or a new major thoroughfare comes through, that is naturally going to increase the value of your property without you having to do anything about it. With real estate, you have the choice of doing the hands-on work or not. You can outsource the management of the property, the repairs of the property, tenant management, etc. All of that can be done by other people if you don't want to do it yourself. This is one of the big benefits we bring to the table for you. Here is one of the biggest benefits in my mind. Unlike a typical retirement investment account, which is designed to decline in value over time the older you get, with real estate, your net worth and your income actually increase the longer you have it. I don't know about you, but when I'm retired, I love the idea of my net worth increasing and my income going up instead of going down. When you own real estate, over time, it naturally increases in value. First, there is normal market appreciation, and secondly, the mortgage is getting paid off as well. Both of these will increase your net worth significantly. Then there is regular monthly income. With time and inflation, rental income increases. So the value of your asset goes up over time, and your income from that asset goes up as well. Real estate is an asset that you can pass on to your children and your grandchildren. This can't necessarily be said for your retirement savings plan or your pension plan. Once you are gone, those tend to go away as well. With real estate, you can pass it on to future generations. All of those benefits are wonderful, and here's another important question. How is the money actually made in real estate investing? Well, here is more good news for you. Unlike other investment options, there are many different ways that money is made with real estate. Now I'm going to be covering the 7 main profit centers of real estate investing. First of all, we have got cash flow. And cash flow is your net profit at the end of the month after you've got all of your income and you've taken off all of your expenses. What's left over, the profit, is called cash flow, and that's what goes into your bank account. Next, we have appreciation, and that's the natural increase in the value of the property over time. Sure, there are the occasional dips in values, but over time, generally speaking, the value of the property increases significantly. Next, we have principal paydown. What does that mean? That means we get a mortgage to buy a piece of property, and we pay that mortgage payment month after month, year after year. We are paying down the principal on that loan. and the principal paydown translates into an increase in the value or the equity that we have in the property. The next profit center is a tax benefit which is called depreciation. The government recognizes that with the building that we have on the property, over time there is going to be natural wear and tear. So the good old government allows us to claim a certain percentage of the value of the structure as depreciation against our taxes year after year. Now, whether that makes sense for you or not depends on your financial situation, and you need to talk to an accountant about that. But depreciation can be a significant tax savings for you, especially if you are holding onto the property for the long term. Next is our good friend leverage. We talked about leverage as a big benefit. It's also one of the profit centers. Here's how that works. Let's say we are talking about a $400,000 property. If we need 20% down to buy that property, that would be $80,000. And if we hold onto the property for 5 years, and instead of it being worth $400,000, it's now worth $500,000 because of market appreciation, we have a $100,000 increase in the value. We invested $80,000, and it's now worth $100,000 more than we paid. That's over a 100% return on our investment, just from this one profit center. We are benefiting from the increase in value of the whole $400,000 property, not just the $80,000 we invested. This is how leverage is a huge profit center in real estate. We put up a small portion of the price to buy the property, yet we benefit from the increase in price on total value. Instant equity is all about getting a bargain on the property. Let's use the $400,000 property example. If we go in and we negotiate the price on that property and it's truly worth $400,000, but we are able to get it for $375, we've just created $25,000 in instant equity. That's instant profit to us just for negotiating properly. And getting a $25,000 discount or more on a $400,000 property is definitely very doable in many markets. And last but not least, we have reinvestment. So let's look at that $400,000 property. We hold on to it for 5 years. It's now worth $500,000. So instead of selling it and taking the money and spending it, let's refinance the property instead. We take out $100,000 profit and we go out and we buy another property with that money. We reinvest our profits into more revenue-generating real estate. That's what reinvestment is all about. So we've talked about multiple different benefits of real estate investing, as well as the 7 profit centers of real estate investing. Now, interested in a way to get involved in a hands-free real estate investment without having the hassles of dealing with toilets and tenants? Then we have a solution for you. Please feel free to contact us by email or the telephone number below, and we'll be happy to set up a personal one-on-one meeting to explain how it all works. It will only take about 20 minutes, and it can be done in person, over the phone, or we can do it online as well. So if you'd like to find out more about how we are investing in real estate and how we can help you to get an above-average return on your investment backed by a solid asset, please contact us right away. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to helping you achieve your investment goals through hands-free real estate investing the right way.